This video is on competitive military and how much control will be on the monopolized sector board versus competitive governance. Because everything I'm doing is competitive governance, but in every part of competitive governance, there is a hierarchy going up to a monopolized sector board, but only with very limited powers. Now with the military, that is much more concentrated at the sector board monopolized level. So there's one part that is not so much controlled by the monopolized sector board, and that is acquiring a military corporations. Let's talk about the 5 sectors in the foreign protection system, and that would be the diplomats. That would be a good hierarchy because you have to have one top diplomat, although it will be competitive governance and everybody's setting up diplomats compared to the size of their competitive governance for diplomats. The commander-in-chief will be very much hierarchy with one commander-in-chief and sending out orders down the line. But there is still competitive governance in that, and there will be a top dog on each competitive governance, but taking the commands of the one commander-in-chief. That's necessary. So the sector board is in very much control of the diplomats, the commander-in-chief, the military capability system, which is a funding mechanism. They get the money from sales taxes, and then they distribute the money based off capabilities. The military authorization agency, they have to give a badge to anybody, the authorization to be in the military, the authorization to handle any type of weapon system. So that's a very, very hierarchy system. So those will be the sector board levels, the ones that's underlined right there. But the biggest bulk of the money is supplying America with military capabilities. That's people and weapon systems. So that is not so much hierarchy. Each competitive governance on that one, there'll be about 50 different big military corporations, all belonging to one of roughly 12 different competitive governments to handle a military, to gain military capabilities. The planes, the tanks, the personnel, the rifles, the satellites, whatever the system may be. So anyway, there'll be major hierarchy in the commander-in-chief. The competitive governance means roughly 12 different governments. You pick the one that you like the best, the way they're governed, but there is a hierarchy, and there will be commands coming down. Now the commander-in-chief cannot just do whatever they want to. They have to be, a war has to be declared to have to use military force outside of America, and that is a declared war by the diplomats, by the competitive governments there, by the hierarchy, by the representatives of the diplomats. Anyway, a lot to see at Haley2024.org. There's a rating system in that too, and that's going to help give a lot of high quality information from a wide variety of perspectives. And just the military will have a lot of hierarchy, a lot of sector board involvement, monopolized sector board, but not in acquiring the military so much, but in funding the military, authorizing the military, commanding the military, and the diplomats. Until the next video.